After countless tears, months and months of revision and weekends spent in the library, it is finally the day of my very last exam. Come along for the end of my second year medical school exam season and finally getting to celebrate them all being over.
That is my very last exam done. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. So today is finally the big day. It's my very last exam of my second year at medical school, and for those of you that have been coming along on the journey, you will know that this season has been a right old marathon. Including this one, we have had 6 exams in total and they've gone on for about a month, so it's been a long time in the making this day, and I'm just going to be so relieved to have them all finished. And then so excitingly, straight after the exam this afternoon, we are actually heading off to Gower in Wales on a MedSoc event, and it's the first one with the new committee, which is me as well. So I'm so excited for this, hence all the camping stuff that is kind of out, but we are not packed at all, so it's going to be very manic to go to Birmingham for the exam, to come back here, to go back to Birmingham to pick up Emily, to get to Wales. But it's all part of the adventure and I hope you're excited to come along. Please do give it a big thumbs up if you like the sound of today's video, and if you haven't already, it would mean the absolute world to me if you click that little button to subscribe and join the family for all things medicine, uni, lifestyle, fashion. There is literally something for everyone here on this channel, and click that little button now. But anyway, before all of that excitement to come, we do still have one exam to get through, and this is my CBM paper, so community-based medicine, and it's all about GP placement and procedures. And before any exam, what I like to do is just spend about 15 minutes going over my flashcards to just get any little last details in my head, and really I think it's just to calm my nerves and settle me down, get my brain into exam mode. Then we're going to grab some breakfast and get on the train, get to Birmingham for this last exam.
After going through my flashcards, I then of course couldn't start the day without my overnight oats, which I actually really like cold whenever I'm in a bit more of a hurry. I then hopped on the train to Birmingham and went through my cards again here because I just find this the best way to keep me calm. Now before an exam, I always like to get to the medical school early, so I know I'm there and going to be on time, but then strangely I just walk around on my own and head to the actual exam room at the last minute possible. This is because I literally hate all the conversations before an exam and they make me so nervous. Comment below any pre-exam habits you have that are similar to mine.
So that is it, I am back home and that is my very last exam done. I literally cannot believe it. It feels so surreal to think they are all finally finished, but I just feel so relieved. I don't know how well I thought it went. I mean, I'm literally the worst person. I never know how I've done in exams. When I think I've done well, I've actually not done well. When I don't think I've done well, I've done really well. So the best thing to do is just put it out of my head, forget about it. It wasn't a disaster, I did my best, and that is all that really matters. Right now, we have the fastest turnaround ever. I basically need to pack everything up because I haven't sorted anything and get back to Birmingham all in under an hour, which is a little bit silly, and I really should have thought about this a bit ahead of time, but the only thing I seemed to be able to think about was my exam. And now that is done, we need to get my life together and sorted and get on the road. But I'm so excited for a few days away with all my medic friends. It is literally going to be so fun and the best way to celebrate exams being over.
In record time, I miraculously managed to scramble everything together and pick up Emily before we grabbed a coffee and headed on the 3.5-hour journey down to Gower, which was actually really lovely to finally have some time to properly catch up after a crazy few months.
Exciting. So we have made it down in one piece to Gower. Fortunately, we actually had a really good trip down, got the tent up without it raining, and let me give you a little tent tour because we've set it up so cute. So we put these little fairy lights on here. There is Emily, the best part of the tent, and then we have this big little blow up, because my biggest tip with camping is you have to bring a blow up. Like, you can't go camping without a blow up bed. It's just going to be such a good couple of days and I'm so excited. It feels such a relief to have exams done. Be away in the middle of Wales, free.
Finally.
So last night was honestly so fun and we had such a good time on the beach, had a little campfire, and although it was raining a little bit, it didn't spoil anybody's fun. It was such a good way to celebrate exams finally being over. Today we've had a really chilled start. We just went and got a coffee at the cafe and Anna's plaited my hair for me as well. She's done such an amazing job, and I think we're all heading down to the beach this afternoon, and then it's actually a talent show tonight, so that is going to be really fun. And yeah, I'm just loving getting out of Birmingham, a proper little break and escape from everything.
The second day was so chilled and a lot of people decided to go surfing, but I was too boring stroke cold to go, so just had a really lazy day spent on the beach before heading to the local pub for some amazing food and a couple of drinks before we returned to the beach for the second barbecue of the trip, and in the evening the freshers put on a talent show.
Good morning everyone. So as you can now see, I am back home and not in Wales anymore, but I literally had the best trip ever. It was such a wholesome, lovely way to celebrate exams being over, and Nikki and Namwa literally did the best job ever of planning the trip. I don't know how they did it during exam season, but it was honestly just so good. However, I did manage to bring back half of the ocean with me. There is literally sand everywhere. There's sand in my toothbrush, there's sand in my hair, there's sand in my moisturiser. We kept saying it's adding texture, but I literally cannot wait to not feel another piece of sand until I'm on holiday again. Today I'm actually having like a mini pamper day to get over exam season and also camping, because as good as it is, you do end up feeling very, very dirty after. So first up, we are getting my hair done, and then we are off to go and get my brows done too. So such a lovely exam free day ahead. I'm going to pack my little lunch, get on the road and get to the hairdressers. So it's now way later. It's actually 7 o'clock and I've done the worst job of vlogging it today. However, I now have fresh hair and brows by the absolute best people and feel about a million times better. This afternoon I was just doing this interview that I had with this really lovely business student from Lincoln University, and then finishing off a few really exciting YouTube jobs that I have coming up before sorting out my mum's birthday present, which is tomorrow. And what I actually decided to get her was a little voucher that I made for a weekend away that I have booked. And then I also decided to do this thing, you know, when you're younger and you get the little vouchers that you give on Mother's Day. I thought because I've been so useless during exam season, I would make my own little personalised ones to be helpful over the summer and force me to help her around the house, because as much as I love to say I'm going to do it, this makes sure that I actually do. So I am going to end this week's vlog here. I know it's a little bit short, but my mum is not the biggest fan of the camera, and it is her special weekend because she is the most amazing person ever, and I just want to spoil her rotten and make sure she has the best weekend. But if you did enjoy this week's video, then make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and also let me know exactly what kind of content you want to see over the summer, because I want to make sure that I'm getting out videos you really enjoy, and now I have way more time to focus on YouTube and content making, which I cannot wait for. And thank you all so much for coming along for my exam season. I hope you did enjoy it and didn't find it all too stressful, and have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye.